Right, fight fans, so I'm back online again and we're waiting for Kambosos versus Devin Haney for the undisputed lightweight champion of the world here, down under. The Thunder! Boom! From down under. You're joining me here, Scott Patrick Farrell on Fight Vibe, and you know, I think a lot of people tonight, as I was explaining earlier, have had a lot of technical difficulties because when you're running a fight such as a big fight like this show we've got here down in Melbourne at the Marvel Stadium, it's because like there's been a lot of stoppages, so the fight card has gone a lot faster than they probably would have liked. So then there's certain broadcast times, hence why this fight is being shown in Melbourne. Let me just kind of straighten myself here. Like, there we go. Oh, a bit of lighting as well. Lovely. So it's in the afternoon, so that it's hitting prime time in the US. You know, because obviously boxing is a business. You know, and it's a money business, a broadcasting business, like any sport, like football, rugby, and golf, and everything else. But you need to be on at a certain time when people are going to view in at the big markets. So when a fight card goes a lot faster, then broadcasters are left with like fillers. And if you haven't got other swing fights, and if fighters aren't ready, and the broadcasters aren't ready for you to receive the fight, well, you know, you're pretty much fucked, aren't you? You know, you just got to go with it. That's why you just saw Brad Jacobs, you know, the COO of Top Rank, walking around the ring with his hands in his pockets. But I know he's going to be pissed. I know that for a fact, Brad. But it is what it is, right? This is show business. This is what we are. But we're here at the Marvel Stadium. You're live right now, and here we go to the ring announcer. Let's see what he's saying. Michael Buffer, the International Boxing Hall of Fame ring announcer, has taken the center of the ring. I think he's talking about the delay. Maybe now we start introducing in the fighters. No, he's still announcing that there's going to be a bit of a delay. And here we have the United... Oh, here we go. We've got the United States National Anthem sang by Ben Clark. Now what I've done is I've probably done what I want you guys to do is, if you're watching this now on TV, my commentary is obviously a hell of a lot better. Turn down the volume on the TV, put me on YouTube, turn the volume up and join me. Comment down below, you know, who you think you've got for this fight. We're just going through now the National Anthem of the United States, sang by Ben Clark. I can't quite hear it, otherwise you'd hear it on my screen. I'm sure it's beautiful though. Go for it, Ben Clark, like this. Very proud sport. Boxing, we're a family, we're very proud people, but we all love each other as well, as you know. Well, stadium looks like it's absolutely packed, ready for this massive, massive main event. What a main event, eh? Kambosos versus Devin Haney for the undisputed lightweight championship of the world. Brought to you right now from Fight Vibe, from my house. So, everybody enjoyed that? Well done, Ben. Everybody clap for Ben. In the United States. What a guy. And we're back to Mr. Buffer. He's in the center of the ring now, and he's should be announcing the Devin Haney, the WBC current lightweight world champion. Well, the fans are going crazy in Australia. Look at that nice camera picture there. All the fans going mad. It's got a huge Greek support, you know, as we go into now the anthem of Australia, sung by Tina Kokalis. I think it's kind of some Greek background there in a name like Kokalis, must be. If I'm wrong, just comment below. I do apologise. But yeah, he's very proud. Is George Ferocious Kambosos. You know, he's got this very proud of his Greek heritage. He's actually got like the no retreat, no quit kind of tattooed on his torso, which is the homage to his Spartan heritage. If just in case you didn't know that, but you know, he's one hell of a guy like that. He's George Ferocious. So he represents two countries, Greece and Australia. So he's an Australian representing Greece. I like how people always hang on to heritage. You know, a name like mine, Scott Patrick Farrell, you know, my ancestry is all Irish, and I'm very, very proud of my Irish heritage. I love it, especially on St. Patrick's Day, one of my favourite days of the week. I have a St. Patrick's Day every Wednesday, just about. So I'm getting the thumbs up that the sound's pretty good. We're rolling. The anthems are great. Do you know, they put on a lovely show down in Australia at the Marvel Stadium. Really, really good show. This is nice to see, actually. You know, what's your thoughts on this? Always comment below. You know, tell me to shut up for a while if you like. You know, just have a look around the house. There's a few boxing gloves somewhere around there. There's some stuff over there, and I'll take you on a little bit of journey one day, right? We'll do that. We've got some time, right? Looks like we're getting there. The crowd is getting ready. I am getting ready. I'm sure you guys are getting ready. But we'll be there soon. We'll be there very, very soon as they announce the fighters into the ring. Just finishing off now the national anthem of Australia, sang by Tina. Sounds like she's doing a fantastic job. The fighters are making the kind of last minute preparations. And there we go. Beautiful stuff, Tina. Beautiful. Absolutely love it. You know, one of those things that you really enjoy, really enjoy. So the crowd are saying, come on then, let's fight, let's get this on. I mean, the stadium there, the Marvel Stadium, it has, I think, 53,000 capacity in the stadium. And this looks like it's absolutely chocker. Probably more now with actually obviously it's not using it for football, it's for boxing. As we go back to Mr. Buffer in the centre of the ring. Let's see, it should be announcing Devin Haney shortly. Fireworks are starting to go off. Buffer's making his announcement. Here we go. Here we go. Getting ready for the big night. Kambosos versus Devin Haney. Here we go, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm excited. I can't wait. Who you got? What do you think? Is this fight going to go the distance? Do you think this fight is going to go the distance? Tell me now. I want to know. Here we go. Security's all there. Everybody's got the phones in the air. Everybody's a broadcaster nowadays. You know, I don't pay subscriptions now. I think you should watch everything on Fight Vibe. It's free. You know, I watch my bloody self. So here we go. Here we go. Come on. Let's see who's coming out. Should be Devin Haney coming through now. Here comes all the fireworks and the crowd's on their feet. Music's blaring. What an atmosphere down in Melbourne, eh? What an absolute fantastic, absolute incredible atmosphere. It's just party time. Main event of the evening. George Ferocious Kambosos versus Devin the Dream Haney. Kambosos 20-0. Devin Haney 27-0. Someone tonight is going to be top dog, undefeated, undisputed, and someone's is going to fucking go. So let's get on with this show. I can't wait for this fight. You know, I'm like, well, literally on the edge of my seat, as you can see. Go on, lads. All the lads are loving it, waving into the camera. You know, if you was on the undercard earlier, the first you do now is get changed, come back out and watch this fight. I tell you, it's going to be incredible. I'm looking forward to a great main event, and I'm going to give you every shot, blow by blow. Okay, exactly how I see it. And here we go. Gone to the dressing rooms. Crowd are all in suspense. I'm in suspense. Just this whole suspenseful evening. But fun, you know. Boxing's fun. They've made a fantastic job at this Marvel Stadium. Really done a fantastic preparation. Incredible stuff. Right, you got the flames shooting in the air, you got the crowd on the feet. There we go. Everyone's singing, dancing, spirit. I'll tell you what, this is their lunchtime, so they're going to have a great day on the old beers and stuff later in Australia. Wish I was in Melbourne today. Ooh, that would be such a good laugh, wouldn't it? Man, I'd have the best time of my life there. Looks like these guys already are though. We should actually do that. Have a channel or a program one night where we just do boxing and talk boxing and have some beers and some whiskies and stuff, and you know, see how long that lasts. Right. Anyway, so here we go. Getting ready for Kambosos versus Devin Haney. Let's see how things start to move on as we get ready for the main event of the evening. Loving everything about this. I love the way they've put it all together. There's a lot that goes into a show. And here he is, other superstars and people in the audience all just enjoying the party time. But like I said, there you go. Everyone's having the last minute prayers there. So I can just see George Kambosos there with his arm around Peter Khan and his team, and they're, you know, having a chat, talking about the fight, praying together, keep them safe, keep him safe, and come back the champion. Wishing you everything, George. Come on, George. I mean, also, come on, Devin. Obviously unbiased, you know, totally unbiased, but, you know, I'm happy for this lad. He's done a lot for boxing. You know, he's, in my book, he is number one. I don't think we've seen the best of him, but we're about to find out what he has got tonight, because if he beats Devin Haney, we know for a fact that number one spot is owned by George Ferocious Kambosos. All right. So I look a bit tired, but it's, what time is it now? It's 5:21 a.m. here in Southern Africa, and I've been up since 2 a.m. trying to fix things and work things out on a camera. Not been that easy, but you know, at Fight Vibe, we want to give you something different. We want to kind of give you the truth, the facts. We want to help you with things. You ask us questions, give you the honest answers. As we get ready now for Kambosos versus Haney. There goes a little lad here now. He's got his headphones on. He's had enough. He doesn't want that noise now. He's like, come on, can we finish now? Whoop, a bit more brightness coming in. Ooh. That's Spielberg in here. You know, this is my front room. This is how we work. This is my job. This is what I do for a living. I talk into a camera, looking at myself. It's kind of weird, right? It's not weird. Ooh. But, you know, yeah. Anyway, let me find which is my best side. I reckon that's my best side. I don't like that side. That ear sticks out. Anyway, there we go. too many punches in that one, I think. Here we go. There's Devin Haney as he makes his ring walk. And Devin's looking very focused. He's got me right on the edge of it. He's like, arms are down. He's strutting, you know. He's like, come on, come on. Yes. Flicks his hood off. Smiling, dancing his way to the ring. The crowd are all like it's just hysterical. It looks amazing. What a fantastic job. I mean, Devin Haney, 27-0 from Las Vegas, US of A, the WBC lightweight champion of the world, is just dancing his way down to the ring. It is incredible. Hey guys, what do you think to this ring walk? You know, look at his whole attitude. His whole attitude is like, yeah, man, I'm here. Let's go. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. Do you know what? We've had a ton of problems early this morning, and I feel like, no, who cares? This is boxing. You know, this is what we do. You know, we don't have to go around putting like foundations on and shit and stuff like that and worry about stuff. We just light shit up, watch boxing, give you the truth blow by blow, and I'm giving it to you right here from my house at 5:30 in the morning in Southern Africa. As Devin Haney's dancing around, they're showing the WBC lightweight championship belt. Everything is looking incredible. So, oh man, I'm so excited as he rocks through that ring. Whoa, let's go Devin Haney, the dream, Devin Haney. As he makes his way around the ring there, I just saw the IBF official there, Ben Keatley. Hi Ben, nice to see you. Great for Australian boxing. Everybody's there, apart from me, because I'm here with you guys. And Haney's getting ready. He's feeling good. He's throwing his punches in the air. Gives everybody a bit of a tap to say, come on, I'm ready. Bring on the champ. Bring on the champ. Well, they're two champs really, but I always call Kambosos the champ because he's pretty much got, you know, every belt known to man in that division, apart from the one that Devin Haney's got. So, you know, it is what it is, right? So I'm going to just swing you around a little bit more this way so that I can be a bit more on camera as we get ready for the entrance of George Ferocious Kambosos. I like Kambosos, you know, he's got a lot of, well, he's fucking ferocious, isn't he? Look at him. Come on, here's George. He's got the Greek flag up, you know, he's got the Australian flag up, he's got all the belts up. Bloody hell, it looks like, you know, it looks like all those belts in there, you know, though, when you get spammed by all those guys trying to sell you world championship belts and they send you like 1,000 pictures up. That's what it looks like, you know, like someone like sending me all those things through my email saying, buy this belt, you know, proper A-double copy. But these are the real McCoy. These are earned. You can't buy these over the internet. You've got to be able to smash them to get what he's got, all right? And that's why we're here reporting on the best guys in the world. George Ferocious Kambosos. He's got his back to camera. He's looking at the flags. He's just focused. He's got his team and his entourage around him. You know, it's great to see the way that his whole demeanor is and how things are moving. I've got a little bit of an error come up now on my YouTube. I don't know if I'm still live or not, but someone please say, yep, you're live, you're fine, everyone's good. But if I'm not good, you need to tell me now because I need to sort it out because the fight's going to start. But yep, I'm getting thumbs up. I'm getting thumbs up. It gives me errors, you see. It keeps giving me errors. I don't know why. But nothing's going to put me off. I'm ready. Let's go, George. And George is, oh, he's got his robe undone. He's ready to rock. You know, look at him. Just look, he's pumping down to that ring. Full of himself. He's got Peter Khan there to his right. He's got the Greek flag. He's got the Australian flag. The man representing two countries with one purpose, and that is to unite all the titles tonight. George Ferocious Kambosos versus Devin Haney. We are in for a treat at the Marvel Stadium. You know, I don't think any commentator or anyone talking boxing tonight is going to sound like me and give you the excitement I'm giving you. So turn down your volume, keep watching your TV, and let me tell you the story as it unfolds tonight as Ferocious George Kambosos takes on Devin the Dream Haney from the USA, Las Vegas, as Ferocious George is storming down to the ring. Look at him. He's just pumping. He's there pushing. Let's go. Come on, I'm taking this all the way. You know, nice entourage with him. The crowd are on their feet. This is the biggest fight in Australian history on their soil. Absolutely crazy as he takes the steps into the red corner. And he stops now, looks back at the crowd, takes one last look at everybody who's looking at him, you know, and he's ready. As he steps into the ring, there he is, the champ, George Ferocious Kambosos. As Haney then just nods at him to acknowledge he's there. He isn't bothered, George. All George is focused on right now is business and dealing with business. Here we go, and the tale of the tape. Haney 23, George Kambosos 28. What else have we got there? Height and reach, 173 versus 180, and 173 versus 176 for Kambosos. As you know, there was a bit of drama at the weigh-in where Kambosos was, you know, a fraction, you know, like, overweight. You know, I mean, it was a piss. Right, you know, the guy needs to go to the toilet for a quick piss and then back on the scales, and you know, everything was good and he's ready to fight. But anyway, all that drama's over with as we start the absolute new drama, and the new drama is about to start now as Mr. Buffer starts making more announcements as we get for it. Oh, my coffee's arrived as well just in time. Oh, this is exciting, this is, you know. Did you put a drop of whiskey in that, love? Because I think I'm going to need it, right? Oh, here we go. Oh yeah, oh, needed that coffee. Woo. Come on, Haney, showing Haney in the corner now. Ferocious George Kambosos is just looking straight at Haney. He's just kind of, just looking at him as if to say, come on man, whatever, I don't care. And I'm looking at me in this screen thinking, my eyes are absolutely killing me. I've been up for 24, 30 hours. I don't know how long it is, right? But what the fuck cares? Because we're right here now and we are going to watch the fight of the night. Haney's there, chill chopping with his robe on, punching the air, looking very, very focused. Kambosos looks very cool, calm, relaxed, as if to say, like, the guy that's in the pub and you've got one guy that's like staring you down all the time, and then you're just there, you're aware of what's happening, but you're not bothered. That's Kambosos. He's ready. He's ready. Haney's ready. They're making Mr. Buffer making the final announcement. Looking good, this is. God, I'm nervous. I'm actually shaking. I'm actually not cold, I'm actually a bit like kind of shaking at the moment. Like that. Bit nervous, I am. Bit nervous. Beautiful, 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 beautiful night of boxing. So here we go. We're getting ready for ferocious George Kambosos versus the Dream, Devin Haney, all the way from Las Vegas, US of A. Want a few big shout outs. Big shout out to my good friend there and creator and partner of Fight Vibe, Ivilo Gotsev. What's up, Ivilo? Jeremy Bean, I hope you're watching. Basil, hope you're watching. Sean Gibbons, hope you're watching. Anyway, we're going to get back to the action. As I said, if you're watching this fight right now, my suggestion is turn down your volume, let me give you the commentary, enjoy what I'm about to say, comment down below, let's have some fun. This is good stuff that's happening right now. As we see Team Haney getting their fights, 27 with 27 wins, 15 by way of KO, and no losses, none. Okay, and the current WBC lightweight champion of the world, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing, I think, like a cream trunks with a silver trim, if I'm right, but my eyes are starting to deceive me as I get a little bit older, but we'll come to that another day. And now we have George Ferocious Kambosos fighting out of the red corner, the current WBA, IBF, WBO and ring titles lightweight champion of the world, with 20 fights, 20 wins, 10 by KO, and of course no losses. So as we all know, fighting out of the red corner, and someone's O is going to definitely go. Come on, comment down below and let me know exactly when you think there's going to be a KO. Right? Do you think there's going to be a KO, or are we going to have a distance fight? Well, the crowd are smashing it. They're on their feet, going crazy. I don't want to get on my feet right now, but I'm definitely going to have another sip of my coffee. I think we're still doing good. I keep getting thumbs up. Fighters are in the center of the ring. There they are. Whoa. Okay, that's it. There we go now. Serious stuff. Serious business time. Fight center of the ring. Yep. Yes, they're getting ready to get this rumble on the way now. Okay, back to the corners. So here we go. Ferocious George Kambosos versus Devin Haney for the undisputed lightweight championship of the world. Here we go. This is going to be fantastic. As we're about to start round one, the fighters are ready. Are you ready? I know that I'm ready. Let me give you every shot blow by blow. Kambosos in the red corner gives a nod that he's ready. Blue corner and the bell, and we're off round one. And straight away, we've got both guys being a little bit cagey here. Nothing really being thrown yet. Haney throws the first jab. Kambosos looking at his man. Haney throws another jab through on Kambosos. Kambosos still looking at his man. Just a lot of head movement, a lot of taking a look at each other. No one's really risking anything as Haney pops another jab. Not really connecting much with the jab, just trying to find distance. Kambosos still not replying much. He slips a jab from Haney. Still moving well though. Both fighters just having very cagey, just having a look at each other, getting their timing right, seeing where the chinks in the armour are with their opponent, their other guy. Haney's put a few jabs together, not seen anything yet from Kambosos, but I'm sure something's going to come soon. Kambosos having a look, a few feints, throws a little hook there, after Haney's jab, and a little jab to the body from Kambosos. Very nice, nice head movement, nice looking, just rolling and moving. Haney's then popping another jab. As both fighters have just been very stalking each other now. It's a very chess match at the moment. Little poppy little jab from Kambosos as Haney pops his jab out. Haney just gets his distance a bit better with that jab. Looks quite good on it. Has to get a bit tangled there. A little bit of a tangle as the referee now breaks them apart. Okay, back to the fight. Nothing still much really being thrown. Very, very, very cagey beginning. But that's what I expected in round one. I didn't see round one going really any other way. I saw it going this way and this way only, to be honest. So as a jab comes through from Haney and a hook reply from Kambosos. Back to centre of the ring. Ref just saying to Kambosos, watch the punching of the back of the head. He caught Haney in the back of the head as he did that. As Haney then just throws a left jab to the side temple, followed by another jab from Haney. Still not much yet from Kambosos, but you can see that he's really starting to set up things quite well. A few more jabs coming through as Kambosos puts a few barrages, hooks in. Lovely, lovely straight left down the middle of the pipe on the end of that. Left hook, right hook, boom, jab down the middle. Nice, good combination there from Kambosos. You know, heads are getting a bit close. Referee is having another warning there with Kambosos. Yeah, not much really in that ref, but he's doing a good job. He's showing he's in control of the fight from the start, so that's what we wanted to see. So I'm happy about that. Kambosos now, he's dropped his left hand slightly, and he's looking a bit more ready to get into rumble as Kambosos gets mixed up in a bit of a tangle there with Haney. Still not a lot of like pumping action as Haney throws a couple of jabs in. Which is replied back by a good left act followed by a right, which was slipped by Haney. Just misses the head from Kambosos as we end round one. Well, round one, just about what I thought it would be. It would be a round of like cagey boxing, you know, finding your man, putting the odd jab in, slipping, you know, moving, showing that you're willing to stay in front of him. I ain't bothered. But I would say that round really is going to be pretty even. The judges may have given it to Haney because he did throw a couple more, but then, you know, Kambosos put that couple of combinations together towards the end. So for me, really, I would just give it an even round, right? There's nothing much in that at all. And here's some of the highlights, and he's showing now as Haney's putting a bit of a jab together here. Jab did connect to the forehead, but like Kambosos got in 3 nice punches, 2 to the body and a hook to the head. One did go around the back of the head as they got a bit close and then ended up in the clinch as we enter round 2. Round 2 of 12 as Haney starts off on the jab and jabs again. Very centre of the ring, both these guys. Very cagey still very cagey. Kambosos looking, trying to find his opportunity, looking for where his next point is. As Haney's just popping out that jab, pom, pom, all the time, pom, pom, every time as Kambosos comes in with a couple of quick hooks and a jab of his own and followed up with a right. As Haney follows back with the left jab, things are starting to move a bit more now. Haney looking a bit more active as he smacks through another jab straight through the middle, very clean as he tries to follow up with the right, slipped by Kambosos. As they both get back in the tangle, giving each other a dig to the body. Interesting stuff. Starting to warm up, this fight is starting to warm up as a right hand gets thrown by Haney, too short, as they go into another tangle. They just can't quite find the distance and the timing at the moment. It's a big, big fight. So everything's on the line. I mean, fuck. Come on. Everyone should know this. As Haney pops in another jab. Kambosos is holding his left arm a bit low at the moment, you know. Oh, beautiful right there from Kambosos. Catches Haney on the way in. Beautiful. Landed. Boom. Crisp. Nice right from Kambosos. He then follows up with a jab. Comes in again, but Haney slips on the left. I'll take a quick sip of my coffee before anything happens. And we're back on again. Haney's popping in the jab. Beautiful, beautiful. Some good work. Kambosos is starting to move his head now a lot more. Looking for more openings. very nice with the shoulder. He looks very relaxed as he comes in with a jab and a right to the body from Kambosos, followed up with a left jab to the body from Haney, left jab to the head from Haney. Interesting stuff. Very, 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 very cagey. Oh, nice slip there from Kambosos as they get back into another clinch. A bit of a tangle again. Gets split by the ref. As we're in the final minute of the second round, Haney pops in another jab, which seems to get through the guard. A few feints coming back now from Kambosos. Oh, Kambosos gets caught quite nice clean with a very short right hand from Haney. Doesn't seem to be too bothered about that though, but just keeps pushing him forward. Kambosos stalking his man now, really starting to stalk him. You know, you can see that he's pushing him into the corner, you know. Kambosos then comes with a right. Haney ducks under as they get back into the clinch. Kambosos has got him in the headlock. Haney doesn't look too happy about that. Ref gives a little bit of talking to Kambosos. Kambosos comes back with a 1-2. Haney comes back with a reply. Nice. Haney looking there to catch Kambosos on the way in with a hook as we finish round 2. Well, again, a little bit more action. You know, it's hard for me to judge on that one really, but I'm going to give that round to Haney. I'm going to give round number 2 to Haney unofficially. So unofficially right now, I've got Haney ahead by one. Sorry, Kambosos ahead by 1 round. I do apologise. I give that round to Kambosos, and I'm gonna, you know, stick by that. Watching the highlights, there's a lot missed. You know, again, it's 50-50. Comment below. I mean, probably a lot of people might have gone with Haney. But I'm only saying how I see it. There was a few nice clean shots caught there. Didn't show you everything on the highlights then, but from what I saw, Kambosos did catch him with a few more cleaner shots than they just shown on the highlights. But anyway, as we go into round 3, here we go. Kambosos is looking like he's ready to rumble now as we enter round 3. Haney versus Kambosos. Undisputed as Kambosos comes in with a left, right, left. Nicely moving. I'd like to see Kambosos move his head more because he's a bit static at the moment sometimes, and I can see that Haney's popping the jab through that guard quite easily sometimes. Yeah, I'd like to see him just move that head more. But Kambosos, anyway, as Haney pops in a few more jabs, let us know what you think. If you're enjoying the commentary, if you're enjoying everything that's happening tonight, please feel free to like, comment or subscribe. Well, if you're here, you might as well subscribe. But as we get back on the fight in round 3 of 12 of Haney versus Kambosos Jr. Haney throws in another jab, fakes a jab to the body. Kambosos slips, with a lovely double jab to the body himself after a nice slip off of Haney. Kambosos has shown like he's got some nice speed, nice reactions. Boom, very, very quick. Twitch fiber. Boom. You know, a lot faster than I thought he would be. So, very good. I enjoy that. Very nice. Again, Kambosos comes in with a right to the body, a hook to the head. Haney's looking, try and get something back on Kambosos. He flicks out a pouring jab. Catches Kambosos there with a left and a right after pouring out a jab. Kambosos again, I think he just needs to move that head as Kambosos comes back with a nice hook and uppercut to himself, followed by a jab to the body. The action, jab to the body again from Kambosos, scoring some well-earned points here. Very, very nice. As Haney comes back with a jab to the face. Very, very nice. Nice headshot, nice jab movement from both fighters at the moment as Haney jabs in again to the body, puts in a 1-2, goes for a right hand as they get into another tangle right in the corner as we go into the final minute of the 3rd round. And it's Kambosos versus Haney. What an absolute, starting to get into a bit of a barnstormer now as the fight starts to kind of heat up slightly. And both of them showing the shoulder there as a bit of a wild swing from Kambosos. He bum doubles on that lead left hook. Kambosos again, very low hands in front of Haney as Haney pops out another jab, which is really catching Kambosos. He's popping out that jab pretty well, to be honest with you. Not bad at all. What time is it here now? 6:15 in the morning. I'm tired as fuck, but this is why I just can't stop watching. Night head goes back, gets knocked back there by Haney. Kambosos comes in with a wild right hook there. Haney just slips underneath, turns on his man. Haney's looking like he's got another gear he's switching into now. Both men, hands very, very low. You know, very low. Very low. Haney and Kambosos, as Kambosos comes in with a little right as we end round 3. Well, another very, very close round. What you got, guys? Tell me. Comment below. Tell me how you see this fight so far. Interesting. Interesting. Again, it's not like flared into that barnstormer yet, but these are the early rounds. I'm telling you now, by round 7, something seriously crazy is going to be going mental. So, yeah, I just feel it. And I've just lost my screen now for a second, so I'm just waving to say, I can't see the fight. So what I'm talking about. I've got nothing to watch. Still nothing to watch. Still nothing to watch. My screen's gone off. I've got no screen, but it might be coming back on now, hopefully. It was on then, and then it was off. But I know we're going to be in round 4, so stay with me. I don't know why my screen went off then, but... oh, there we go, and we are in round 4. We're back. So, we're in round 4 of 12. Kambosos Jr. versus Devin Haney. Look at this, what an absolute... bit of a chess match still, very cagey. You know, I want to see more combinations come through. Kambosos is moving well though. He's slipping well. He's got such quick twitch fibre. It's like seeing put his combinations more together and not have that lead hand so low, because Haney has got, you know, good timing, and it could cost him. You know, as Haney comes in with a jab and a bit of a flurry there from Kambosos, kind of trying to get a few more punches put together on Devin Haney, but then get into a bit of a tangle as Haney pops a jab, double jab back by Kambosos. Very, very nicely done, very nicely done. Haney with a body shot there, a jab to the body. Bit more head movement this time from Kambosos. I'm sure his corners told him about that, so hey, want to see your head move a bit more. As Kambosos comes with a short right of his own to the body, as they end up in the clinch. Separated by the ref as they now move in. Haney's looking like he's hanging that right hand out, telegraphing that a little bit as Kambosos slips under a couple of fakes and punches from Haney. Haney does a double jab pour against Kambosos, jab to the body. Kambosos misses. Looks like Haney's getting a little bit more accurate with his punches than Kambosos is. So on the accuracy side, I think Haney's kind of edging it a little bit as he's now popping out the jab. And again, Kambosos, every time he gets close, he kind of ties Kambosos up, gets underneath the armpit, stops Kambosos from working and putting his flurry of short punches together. As Kambosos comes in now with a little flurry, but again ends up in the clinch, you know, and it's all scrappy and tangled. Back out again as Kambosos is looking for a way through onto Haney. Haney just circling his man, hands very, very low as Haney comes in with a right followed by a left that catches Kambosos. Kambosos comes back with a 1-2 and a right hook, short right hook on the end as Haney comes back with a nice jab. Like I said, this commentary is good. Turn down your volume and listen to me and watch the TV as it comes back with a double jab from Kambosos. Kambosos now starting to move forward on his man as he throws a right just over the top and followed by a hook. Haney slips the hook as they tangle again. The referee starts to pull them apart. Kambosos starting to open up with a few more flurry of punches. Yeah, nice jab there, but just slipped by Kambosos. Kambosos comes back with a jab of his own as we end round 4. Well, very, very tight. I mean, what have you got, guys? What have you got? Tell me, because it's tight. Oof, oof. Too tight to call, this is. My analogy, my analogy so far is the fact that Haney, I would say, is picking his shots a lot better. He's picking his timing. You know, he's putting in his jab, he puts a poorer jab in, he goes through the guard, you know, and he's you know, moving and slipping well. Whereas Kambosos is trying to get in tight to his man and try and put a few more together and finish with a hard right. you know, a devastating shot on the top. But every time he gets close, Haney's kind of getting under his armpit and tying him up. So anyway, as we get back into the action, so here we are in round number 5. As both fighters centre the ring, 5 of 12. Kambosos Jr. versus Devin Haney for the lightweight championship, undisputed top dog of the world, as we're in round 5. And you've got Haney still popping that jab out as Kambosos starts to do a little bit more. He's got better with his head movement. I like Kambosos. He's looking like a lot better with his slipping and his head movement. Oh, nice from Kambosos. Good footwork. Throws a jab, followed by uppercut. Turns his man. Haney comes back with a jab. No, jab that just took Kambosos. Knocks his head right back. Kambosos having a look as it follows up again with another jab. Devin Haney. Kambosos comes in with a short right to the body, but then gets tangled again with Haney. The ref separates them. You know, the way this fight's going right now, Kambosos comes in again with a nice 1-2, but Haney slips underneath the power shot. Kambosos tries to land another right hand on Haney. Haney slips. Haney comes back with another jab. Haney's picking his man off with this jab. He is jabbing Kambosos, body, head, body, and then tying him up, right? That's the way this fight is going, right? We're in the final 2 minutes of round number 5, or minute and 30, should I say. Yeah, here we are. As Kambosos starts to stalk his man going forward, lots of feints going from both fighters as Kambosos comes in with a jab and a 1-2 to the body. Ref splits them up as they get tangled once again, as Haney starts to bring out that pouring jab. Haney's still pouring the jab on as Kambosos comes in with a good flurry of 1-2-3. Reply back. Oh, nice reply from Kambosos. Nice jab to the body from Kambosos. Haney comes back with a jab to the head. Both fighters, giving the replies. Oh, head goes back on Kambosos. No, he's slipping it. He's just moving his head movement. Good head movement by Kambosos. Kambosos turning, good footwork as they get tangled again. The referee moves into place now, splits the fighters as we start to go into the last minute of round number 5 with just under 40 seconds to go. And Haney's pouring out the jab. Nice little check hook there from Kambosos. Nice jab to body from Kambosos. Oh, Kambosos catches him on the chin with a nice flick jab there from Kambosos. Haney comes back with a 1-2. Reply to the body from Kambosos. A little bit more heating up. Right hand, left hand by Kambosos. And Haney just slips under the left. And then they get tangled. And now separating by the referee. But all in all, he's coming in with his jabs now and again, but he's then trying to come in with that short right to the body and a hook and a big right hook or left to the head, which, he's trying to get a flurry of hooks together and it's not really working for him sometimes. So it's confusing him a little bit, like you saw there. But he is getting success. It's a very, very, very close fight. Incredibly close. And I'm watching the highlights now and watching the flick jab from Devin Haney as we come into round number 6 of 12. We're midway through the lightweight division championship, undisputed of the world. Top dog after this fight, somebody, Kambosos or Haney, as we're in round 6. As Haney flicks out the jab. Very nice jab from Haney, still got a nice flick on that. As a nice head movement now, as a jab return reply from Kambosos. Haney comes in with a 1-2, finishes on the jab. He's always finishing with a 1-2-1. Again, Haney comes in with the same combination with the 1-2-1. He's coming forward like more with Kambosos. Someone coming forward more with like 3s and 4s, rather than putting the jab to set it up. He's kind of walking in with a 3 and a 4, and then using his kind of tick-tock motion to kind of bring him in instead of using his jab to bring him in. But he's getting some success, so there's a game plan there. Very, very close fight. Ref just telling them both to keep their heads up. We're in round 6, the championship fight. Devin Haney versus George Ferocious Kambosos. You're watching this live and me talking away here on Fight Vibe. So don't forget, if you like what I've got to say and you like my commentary, please subscribe and comment below. As Kambosos comes in with a devastating right hand, The Kambosos as well, look at his face there, he's looking a bit marked up, you know, from all those jabs with the leather hitting Kambosos on the temple and the jaw and the cheek. You can see that his face is now starting to mark up as they come into another tangle. But, you know, Haney's looking fresh. I mean, like fresh as a daisy, but it's a close fight. Don't judge a book by its cover. Just because, right, just because you've got, what's it called, a fighter that looks like he's bruised and stuff and showing more marks doesn't mean that he's losing the fight. It means absolute shit. All right, so remember that. Anyway, as we get back to the action, Haney throws out a hook followed by a jab. Kambosos moving and circling his man. They're now standing toe to toe as Haney pops one to the head as George Kambosos tries to get a short right hand into the body. Back to the centre of the ring as Haney pops in a right hand to the body that connects with George. George comes back with a little jab, which Haney slips underneath and tangles under the armpit again. Now being separated by the referee. As we get moving again, a nice little jab there. Oh, lovely jab there from George Kambosos as he's coming in forward, stalking his man. Tries a 1-2. Again, they get a little bit tangled. Haney's in the tang. See, the thing is, in the clinch and in the tangle, they're both throwing short little hooks as Kambosos starts to more charge urgency as we start to enter the final seconds of the sixth round. Oh, Haney catches Kambosos a little bit on the temple there as Kambosos comes in and gets Haney to the body. But again, exciting times as we end round 6. Fuck me, this is a close fight. It wasn't a fight. This is like one of those, how do you put it? One of those fights I didn't expect, you know, what I'm seeing. But look at Kambosos' face. I mean, he's like, he's under his eye, his forehead. Looks like me after I've been sparring in the gym. But that's because, you know, a lot of us guys with the more fairer complexion, you know, when the leather's hitting our skin and stuff, you know, it does mark us up. It doesn't necessarily mean that we're hurt or there's a problem there. But, you know, he is, you can see with Kambosos, he looks quite marked up. And that jab I was talking about, it's like a pistol jab. It's getting through the guard, pop, pop. And every time he's throwing, the 1, 2 and the 3, he finishes off on 1. Boom. So when he starts on the jab and finishes on the jab as Haney, as we get ready and we're entering into round number 7. So here we go. So we've gone past midway of this championship fight. I hope you're enjoying the commentary here on Fight Vibe. I'm Scott Patrick Farrell. And round 7 of 12, Kambosos versus Haney, as Kambosos goes in with a hook to the body. Very, very cagey fighters. The guards are nice and high as Haney pops in that jab again through the guard. Just popping it through as Kambosos slips and comes back with a nice double jab of himself. Lovely, lovely work. Again, a bit of a tangle as Kambosos complains to the referee about something there. Yeah, very nice, very nice. Oh, there was a little check hook and a jab on the end of it from Haney, followed by a repeat reply from Kambosos with a right cross to the body. 1-2 from Kambosos with a double to the body. But then they get tangled again into the corner. The ref brings it, and that's because George likes to rush in. He likes to get in there. He likes to boom and bang. You know what I mean? And Haney's just tying him a little bit. Anyway, so here we go. Again, still good stuff happening here. Oh, as Haney pops out another jab. 1-2 from Haney. Haney's got his hand now very, very low. You know, I don't like to see that in a fighter because, you know, he can pop on that chin and boom, game over. As Kambosos then turns his man. Yeah. Nice jab again from Haney. Close fight. Right cross to the body from Haney. Pouring jab from Kambosos. He gets picked off with the jab again. I mean, it's like, it's not really letting Kambosos get his tools together. Kambosos has got to force the action with a lovely, lovely smashing right hand from Kambosos. Just as I said that, followed up by the jab that catches Haney square on the jaw. Followed up another jab there from Kambosos. Yeah, I think he's heard me. Kambosos starting to put on the pressure as Haney comes back with a jab of his own. Oh, nearly a clash of heads there. They've got to be very careful of that. I saw that before the ref did, you see. Got to be careful of the heads, boys. Looking very, very nice, very nice. Oh, this is good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. Oh, got some cramp in my leg. There we go. Oh, I got that cramp out. As we're getting there. All right, double jab there from Haney. Nice. But the thing is, they get into that clinch all the time. That's the problem, you know. Every time that Kambosos comes forward, he gets him into that clinch. And then we've got a jab from Kambosos. Haney comes back with a nice jab. He's flicking out the jab now, is Haney. Again, ducks under, grabs hold of Kambosos. There's a lot of tying Kambosos up, stopping him from working. Yeah, it pisses me off actually, but you know, his boxing is what it is. Comes in with a nice 1-2 from Haney to the head. Haney's getting very cocky now, hands very low, very Muhammad Ali style, like, come on then, let's go, pop, 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 pop. And he is peppering George as we end the round. Well, you know, it's a close fight, but I have to say, and I have to say this, I think at the moment Haney's edging the fight, only purely on the fact that he's, you know, he's getting the cleaner shots through. And you can see it, just look at the face of Kambosos. Haney looks like the fresh as a daisy. He's stopping Kambosos working by tying him up, all right, and closing the distance very, very quickly between him and Kambosos. And he's like popping out, somebody's phone's bloody going off now in the background and I can't hear a bloody thing. But that's normal, I guess. It's absolutely crazy as we're now in the round and somebody's phone is going off. I don't know what that is. As we get into the next round, who's this? That's an alarm, there we go. Someone's alarm was going off. Someone was time to get out of bed. Well, I'm out of bed and watching boxing as we're in round number 8 at Kambosos versus Devin Haney. Here we go. And back centre of the ring, both men stalking each other. There's a nice little check hook there from Haney, followed up with a double jab, one to the head, one to the body. Same again, nice jab to the head, double jab. A little bit double jab from Haney, should I say, sorry. He's just peppering Kambosos. I think now he's starting to edge away with the fight purely on the fact of these clean shots. But nice check hook back from Kambosos. That was very nice. As they go towards the red corner. Nice 1-2 and turns his man, did Devin Haney, followed up by the one. Always starts on the jab and finishes on the jab. He's making this, it's his fight. You know, and he's not letting Kambosos work. Kambosos trying to find his way through to Haney. He's finding it tough, you know, he's finding it very, very tough to kind of get Haney really, Kambosos is finding it tough to really get his combinations and his arsenal together in round 8. As Haney comes in with a sweeping right hook was blocked by Kambosos. Kambosos comes back by a hook himself, which was slipped by Haney. As they're moving around the ring now, as Kambosos comes in with a jab with the right cross, slipped by Haney. Haney turns his man, comes back with the jab, double jab again, straight through the guard, peppering the forehead of Kambosos. Kambosos comes back with a 1-2-3-1 and followed up with a straight right at the end to finish, to get the better of it. Oh, nice popping jab by Haney, straight through the pipe, boom, onto the face of the nose. Bang, and again, same punch as Haney, pumping that jab straight through the fucking guard of Kambosos. Every time. Slip, Kambosos, slip, pop, pop, pop. Let's get back, come on, you can do it, son. Haney again, double jab, straight right, but this time Kambosos slipping the straight right. You know, it's a very, very close fight. You know, don't forget, what I'm seeing, I'm telling you how I see this fight is Kambosos comes in with a couple of body shots, but Haney skirts out the way, good footwork, moves away from his man. Haney's now kind of working on the back foot, popping out the jab, moving him around, throwing in the right. But it's nice boxing. You know, he's not putting himself in any danger. Every time that Ferocious George just came through them with over-the-top whipping rights, Haney just moving out the way, head movements, nice, footwork's movement, comes straight back, boom, nice jab as we end round 8. Well, this is so close, but I'm going to have to say Haney is taking the fight. He is just outpointing ferocious George Kambosos, right, is out pointing him. And not only that, he's actually, to be honest, right, he's so clean with that jab. It's like boom, straight through, boom, straight through, boom, all the time. You know, and when he's starting his combinations, it's 1, 2, 1, boom, 1, 2, 1, boom. So, you know, you can see the camera now showing me George Ferocious's face there as in the red corner, and yeah, he looks like he's been taking a lot of punishment. Haney's breathing a little bit more heavier now as we're about to go into the ninth round, the big ninth round. Who remembers those ninth rounds? Who was the best ninth round ever in history? I'll tell you it was Arturo Gatti versus Mickey Ward. Anyway, back to the ninth round now of Kambosos versus Haney, as Haney again pops off that jab, and Kambosos replies with a nice little foot shuffle there to say, hey, that didn't bother me. This time as I'm looking, you've got Kambosos is keeping his hands a little bit higher, but then just as I said that, he's starting to drop as Haney pumps that pistol jab. That's what I'm going to call, it's like a sniper rifle. It's a pop, pop, you know. So as he moves through, very, very nice. Comes back with the hook, does Kambosos. Jab there from Kambosos, getting through onto Haney. It's quite weird. It's got one eye on the camera and one eye over there. Lovely cross-eye when I finish this. Get into a bit of a tangle here in round 9. Haney's still, for me, you know, he's definitely edging this fight, making me cry. Look, I'm crying. Right, so Kambosos comes in, pushes Haney into the corner. Oh, Haney's down. It's a slip, just a slip. Referee calls it a slip. I thought he caught him with a punch there. I thought it looks like he's on a bit of shaky legs. I'm sure he caught him there. I'm sure he caught him with a short right on the temple as Haney was trying to slip under the punch, but the ref called it a slip. I'll have to see that on the replay as George, now ferocious, pushes a jab through, but then loses balance as he bounces off the ropes. Haney's still got his hands very, very low. Comes back, picking off George with the jab as George comes through, tries a sweeping lead hook. Good fight, warming up. Ninth round of 12, championship, as Haney throws a lead uppercut followed by a jab. Oh, lovely, nice over the top right hand there from ferocious George, followed by a 1-2 to the body. Little check hook there from George, catching onto Haney. Back to the body from ferocious George Kambosos. Haney then just checking up with a nice jab, just getting above the guard, peppering the forehead again of ferocious Kambosos. How are you guys seeing this fight? Are you seeing this fight the way I am? That you think Haney's edging this fight because the cleaner punches, scoring the more points? You know, that's the way I'm seeing this all unfold in front of me right now. You know, so let me know what you think. Just comment below and let me know. But that's how I'm seeing everything. But again, Kambosos getting into a tangle with Haney as we're in the last 20 seconds of round number 9, and we've got ferocious George Kambosos still taking that jab from Haney as he throws back a jab of his own, but slipped by Haney. Comes back, George does, with another jab, trying to stalk his man. He's trying to move his body, he's trying to find the right things to do, he's trying to expose his man, but it's tough, very, very tough for him. As we finish round 9 and George storms to his corner, Haney sits there looking relaxed. Well, fight fans, come on, what do we have the fight at the moment? I'm telling you right now, I'm going to have to say that I see Devin Haney ahead in this fight. I'm sorry, George, I love you to bits, but that's how I'm seeing the fight. But it's not over until it's fucking over as you watch the highlights. You see George is coming into the body, and he gets some decent shots here, but it's hitting the elbows. There was a little bit of a knock, but it was more that knockdown. What it was, and I'm watching it again. Let's have a look. Cash into the body. It was a body shot. A body shot seemed to hurt Haney, and then he got tangled, and as he kind of like trying to turn his man, he went to the canvas. Anyway, it was a slip for the rest. Let's carry on with it. Right, so as we're about to enter round 10 into the championship rounds, and here we go. Kambosos Jr. versus Devin Haney. Kambosos now just pouring the jab, followed up with a right cross. As Haney there just looking to stalk his man as he pours out a jab of himself. Yeah, oh, Haney again, bang, straight on the fucking knot again with that jab. George, get those hands up, come on mates, parry, slip, parry, move. Haney again working off the jab. Haney's whole game plan for this fight is just working off the jab. Little right hand into the body around the back of the guard from Haney, followed up again by 1-2-1, finishing off and beating his man. So what he's doing is, he's just getting the better of the exchanges. So back to it again as Haney is pops in the jab to Kambosos. Kambosos now pouring out his left hand, trying to keep some distance from Haney, trying to distract Haney from doing that. But Haney seems to have his guard up. Excuse me. Not letting that falter him at all as Kambosos goes to the body. Haney replies with a jab. And here we go again as he comes. Oh, nice little right hand there from Kambosos. Catches Haney on the temple, but not too much damage. More of a scruff of a fight as Haney comes back, trying to charge forward. Both men circling each other. Haney pops out his jab as Kambosos replies with a jab of his own. Again, Haney tries to check hook as Kambosos comes in with a left hook, followed by a right hook, hitting both the shoulders of Haney. As both men stalk each other, Kambosos pushes forward, but only onto the fist and jab of Haney as he puts in a right hand and starts to tie and tangle up Haney there. He started to make a bit of a scrap of it, a little bit of frustration as well, trying to get those shots in there against him with ferocious Kambosos. You know, Haney's really stopped him working from time to time through the rounds. He's had a good game plan against ferocious George Kambosos. Is still popping out that pistol jab, boom, boom, boom. As both men centre of the ring toe to toe as Haney still pops out the jab, lead left hook there for reply from ferocious Kambosos as he puts a couple of shots into the body on Haney as he continues to circle. Haney comes back with a straight right. Every blow by blow action here by Fight Vibe as Haney then jabs again to the face, hand ready and cocked on the right. They get tangled again, about to be split by the ref. A little bit higher on the hands now from Kambosos. He throws a jab of himself as we enter the final seconds of round number 10. Haney's head movement. Oh, lovely uppercut there from Kambosos. Nice jab reply back from Haney. And end of round 10. Both men still look very fresh. You know, it's a frustrating fight, and I know the Australian fans are going to be frustrated as well. Kambosos really wants to work. He wants to put those punches in, but Haney's game plan is stopping Kambosos getting close and putting those barrages of punches on. All right, he's picking him off with the jab. He's finishing off on the one. So let's look at this. He's coming in, jab, one, one. He's always finished off on the one on the exchanges. He puts in a check hook. If he misses with the check hook, flicks out the one. All right, just watch on the highlights here. Kambosos comes in. Right hand skips over, the left hand just kind of goes a little bit on Haney's. Haney turns his man, but Kambosos has got hold of Haney's arm, trying then to kind of lay some barrages onto Haney, but Haney's in no distress there at all. For my fight, it's looking very like he's edging Haney's way. We enter round number 11. Here we go, Haney versus Kambosos Jr. for the lightweight world championship. What a night of boxing as Kambosos comes in, misses a few shots there. Oh, nice, lovely double jab there from Haney. Fantastic double jab from Haney. Kambosos comes back with a jab and a right of his own. Haney pops back out the jab. Both men in the centre. Haney fakes the right. Oh, lovely jab from Haney. A good double hand, good 1-2 reply from Kambosos. Very, very nice double jab from Haney. He's just picking him. Boom, head, body, head, body, head, body. Again, every time he comes in, jab, nice check hook there from Kambosos, followed by a great reply jab from Haney. As Haney comes in with his head down and Kambosos catches him with a short right hand as he almost get into the clinch. Another jab from Haney. Haney just pouring away at his man, trying to keep Kambosos off by just pouring him as they get into another clinch there. Getting split by the ref. Well, you know, this fight is it's close, too bloody close to call this. Haney, again, Haney gets in the jab. There was a good reply from Kambosos, but Haney slips and slips underneath, you know, making Kambosos miss. Tough fight for Kambosos right now, as Kambosos comes in with a jab of his own, looks a bit frustrated, misjudged the distance slightly as well. Oh, Haney picks him with a beautiful jab on the way into Kambosos. Haney then tries a check hook, but again, misses the check hook, but gets the jab in, scores his points. Kambosos throws the hook, he rolls under the hook, round his man, and back in play. You know, his game plan that he's got, Haney, is absolutely spectacular, and that's why he's winning this fight. Double jab from Haney, again, hands are very low. George Ferocious trying to press the actions, he throws in a very meaningful right hand, followed up with a left hook to the head as they get back into the clinch. But looking like it's going to be, you know, he's again, Haney, pop off with that lead jab, pop with the check hook, slips under the right hook of Kambosos, moves around his man, back on the outside, back on the jab, jab to the body. Now Kambosos, he thinks that he can get into a jabbing competition with Haney. It's too late, mate. You've got to fuck him up. Now what's going to happen here is he's moving round and round. He's moving on the outside. He's Haney, just popping that jab out, moving him. He's like a matador now. He's just sweeping him from side to side. You know, popping that jab as George Ferocious tries to come in, but Haney's just on the back foot now, dancing. He thinks he's done enough, you know. He's not bomb, bomb, jab to the head, jab to the body from Haney as we finish round number 11. Oh my God, we're going to go into round number 12, the championship round. And the way it's here on the cards right now, I'm not seeing the scorecards from the judges because I'm not looking at that and I don't give a fuck. But I know that I'm telling you now, unless George knocks this guy out, Haney is walking away as champion. Take a sip, all right, my coffee, because it is 6:15 a.m. in the morning. So anyway, back to the action. So in the corner, about to go out to 12th round. You know, it's as I'm saying here. Look, you see Haney slipping underneath the hooks, finishing off on the one. You know, so what he's doing is every single time Haney is it's 1, 2. He rolls under Kambosos, back with either a check hook or the jab. If he misses with the check hook, right, he throws the back the one. So he's getting the better exchange. And now we're round number 12, the championship round. Who is going to be top dog tonight? Who's going to be number 1 in the world? This is it. This is World Championship Boxing. Devin Haney versus George Ferocious Kambosos for the lightweight championship of the world. Undisputed top dog as Haney throws in the right hand there, moving and circling his man as George is trying to press the action, throws in a 1-2 of his own. George is still pushing, but Haney flicks a jab through the guard, replies back, does George with the pouring jab. Haney again on the back foot, bomb, bomb, bomb. Finishes on the hook. Oh, catches George. George looked a bit unbalanced there as he bangs into the ropes. George comes again. He's swinging. He knows he's got to do something to this guy. He's got to hurt him. If he doesn't hurt him, right, this fight is going back, and these belts are going back to Las Vegas. So come on, George. You got some time, mate. You got some time. Haney comes back with a double jab, straight right. Reply to the body from George Kambosos. Goes for another check hook, does Kambosos, but Haney's moving well, keeping his man on the outside, just pouring away with the jab. Kambosos goes for a right for the body, a little bit of a slap to the liver in the clinch there from Kambosos, split by the referee. We're going again now. Haney's circling his man, check hook, nice left check hook, followed by a jab from Haney, getting through on George. Oh, ducks under lovely of a right cross from George. George is now trying to push the action, but the more he pushes the action, the better footwork from Haney as George tries a straight right cross, but Haney seems to be able to stop that, blocks it, gets him in the clinch, holds on. Referee splits him up. Looking nice. George is pushing him again, pushing him to the ropes as they're in the red corner, gets him with a straight right hand, does Haney. Haney's on the back foot, little bit of a check hook there, ducking underneath the punches of Ferocious Kambosos. Again, good head movement from Haney. As for Kambosos comes forward, Haney moving side to side, hands very low, again ducks under any barrage from Kambosos. Kambosos comes in with a jab to the body, uppercut in the clinch, but everything's got it covered. Haney's got it covered. Haney comes back with a jab of his own. We're in the final 30 seconds coming up now of round number 12. Who's going to take this fight? George, last 30 seconds. I think he needs a knockout or a knockdown. Something needs to happen. If he is going to retain all of his titles, something needs to happen. It needs to happen now. As we move into the final seconds of round number 12, we're in the clinch. And Haney's just like dancing around, moving around off his man. George is saying, come on, let's fight. None of them are fighting. And it's over. And that's it. The world title is done. Now, I am going to stay with you online right now while we get the results and go through this. But the way I saw it, and I think if you guys are with me on this, Haney was winning this fight purely for the fact that he was coming in with the jab, the 1-2. When he was getting the hooks coming back on reply from Kambosos, he was rolling under, pop, finishing back on the 1. When Haney was throwing the check hook, if he missed with the check hook, all right, he just popped it back, he popped back out the jab, back on the 1. So he was getting the better of the exchanges. That's what that made this fight. So Haney was the more cleaner, clearer and more precise punching that's going to take these championship belts. Now, the best thing that can happen here for George was he gets the draw, all right, which could happen, you know what I mean? But was this a fucking draw? Was it fuck? I see that Haney won that fight. Okay, George fought well and it was great and he pushed the action, but the cleaner shots did seem to come from Haney. But that's how I see the fight. Let's see how the judges saw it, and let's get the final decision as both fighters wait anxiously in their corners to see who is going to become top dog #1 disputed champion of the world, lightweight champion of the world, the top dog. I'm going to need a sip of coffee before that's announced, but looking like it's pretty good. Thanks everybody for all your kind of wow, for all your comments. I mean, I'm just looking at some comments now. Thank you so much. So much happening tonight. So guys, please comment right now. I'm just checking your comments. What do you think? This is Haney's fight, right? Do we all agree that Haney took this fight? Let me know down below. Right, as they take the hand wraps off of George Ferocious Kambosos. And the gloves off. Wow, what a fight. It was a fight of, like I said, you know, it was Haney had the better of the exchanges. You know, he was coming in with that jab, the cross. It was rolling and it was slipping and rolling underneath the hooks of Kambosos, coming back up the checkup and always finishing on the jab. Right, as we're getting ready, waiting for the decision. I'll measure my sheet now, but you know, here we go. So my voice is going. Bob Arum's in the ring there. As Kambosos takes a drink of water. But it was a good fight. You know, it was a good fight. It wasn't again. It was like the fight I watched the other night with Tank Davis versus Rolly. Right? I called it a chess match of bad intentions. But this one, the jab was the winner. You know, we all forget the jab is such an important tool in your toolbox as a boxer. You know what I mean? Pop, pop. Even if you miss, right? You miss with something, pop it back out. You know what I mean? He could walk into it any time. So I'm really impressed there with the way that Haney's done that. And then there's Bob. I think these belts, to be honest with you, are going back to the to Las Vegas. I think they're all going back to Las Vegas, to be honest with you. If it's a draw, then it's a fucking travesty if it is, but good for George, obviously. But what do you think? Please comment below and let me know. I'll respond to your comments later when I'm not glued to the TV set, you know, giving you all this reports and things, because it's a bit crazy. Right, the refs in the middle. I can't quite see on my screen the unanimous decision or majority decision. I would imagine this, you know, I would give this a majority decision win to Haney. What do you guys think? Please comment below and let me know. Majority decision, if not unanimous. Split decision would be, yeah, acceptable, but I think Haney takes the fight. But we'll see. Did he do enough though, as well? Did he do enough to defeat the champion? There's also that fact, you know what I mean? You've got, you know, Kambosos has got all those belts. Did he do enough to convince everybody? And he did, and the new undisputed lightweight champion of the world, winner by, I think it was a unanimous decision. Yes, it is. Devin Haney has taken top dog. Devin Haney is lightweight world champion, WBC, WBO, IBF, WBA, and ring titles champion is Devin Haney. I called it all night long. It was won on the jab. Please comment below. I'm sure you guys all agree with what I was talking about tonight in the fight. Commiserations to Kambosos. What a great champion. What a good fight. Haney had a better game plan. It just worked for him. It was non-stop. It kept kind of really, you know, it just paid off for him so well. I'm really pleased for the guy. But this fight was won on the jab, as Devin Haney is now crowned undisputed champion of the world. And there's Devin Haney with all his belts, looking at all those belts flying all the way back to Las Vegas. Jesus, I tell you what, the luggage on that aircraft, you know, better be more than 20 kgs, because there's about 120 kgs there in belts. So here we go. Champion gives him the congratulations. Good on you, George. George, you're a great champ. You've done great for Australian boxing, but that was like nothing but jabs that won it. Now, guys, I just need to go off slightly for like 1 minute. I'm going to leave it streaming. You'll see the chair still here. I just need to quickly use the loo, and then I'll be back, and let's discuss the post-fight and where we were and what you thought of the fight. But wow, what a fight night. Give me 2 minutes. I'll be back right second. 1 sec. Well, I'm back. I just had to have a quick short break myself then for a second. What a night of boxing. The new champion of the world. Guys, you all agree with me, right? You all agree with me. Come on, 100 fucking percent. That was won on the jab. Let's go through it again. So here's Haney. He throws the jab. He throws the right cross. He slips under the hook from Kambosos. He comes back with either a check left or a hook. If he misses with a check left, he always finishes on the jab, on the one. It was a winning combination. It stopped Haney working. Kambosos working. And there we have it. Undisputed lightweight champion of the world, Devin Haney, surrounded by belts. You know, this guy, geez, he's got more leather. He's got more leather on him there now than a leather factory, whatever you want to call it. Look at him. He is, you know, he looks fresh as a daisy. And Kambosos, you know, his face was quite peppered as well, you know, from all the jabs coming through from Haney. So very, very difficult for him. Stopped him working. It's been a long night for me. It's 6:30 a.m. in the morning here in Southern Africa, but we're still online. I'm giving you the coverage of what's happening. Devin Haney's now in the center of the ring. He's talking about the fight, you know, and I know what he's saying. I don't need to hear this. You know, it's all about the jab, the movement, the footwork, the timing. and stopping George from working. You know, the plan was perfect. You know what I mean? Just done. Unanimous decision. Haney won. That's what it is. He's now the undisputed champion of the world. All those belts go back to Las Vegas. So, who's next? What's coming next? Do you want to see, right, Devin Haney against who? Let's have a think. You want Lomachenko? You want Ryan Garcia? I've got one for you. What about Isaac Pitbull Cruz? You know what I mean? That terrible, full of fire Pitbull. Sean Gibbons, get Isaac Pitbull Cruz on the line. Let's give him an undisputed world title shot. Let's get that sorted. You know, what's next? What is next for Devin Haney? And what's next for George Ferocious Kambosos? Look, we've got a unified champion here, How long these belts stay unified? Well, I don't know. But don't forget to comment on everything that I'm saying this morning or tonight or the afternoon or evening or wherever you are in the world, because I am going to get back to you once I've had some sleep later on. But it's very interesting. You know, what is next for Devin Haney? Who do you want to see next? Maybe we'll do a program on about it. Make some comments, give me some ideas, and I'll share that with you. But you know, it was a different kind of fight. It wasn't the kind of fight that I was expecting. You know, I was expecting more of a war. You know, a bit more of a kind of Mickey Ward, Arturo Gatti kind of style conflict. But instead, you know, it was Devin Haney's game plan. You know, all the way through, Devin Haney took this fight and just ran away with it. And now George being interviewed now on screen, you know, he's a humble guy. He's letting him know, you know, how he feels about things. But you can see from his face, like, you know, it's like someone's had target practice on his head. Pop, 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 pop. Don't fucking ever disrespect the jab, people. In boxing, if you do boxing or you're learning boxing, jab. Very, very important tool. Proven tonight by Devin Haney. Yeah. What's your thoughts? You know, what's your favourite punch, by the way, tonight from the fight? Just make a comment for me down below so I can get back to you. Do you think there's anything as well for Kambosos next? You know, what's he going to do? I'll tell you what, my wife makes a lovely cup of coffee. Thanks, love. So, watching Kambosos now. There he is in the ring. You know, he's got to thank his fans. You know, he's now 20-1. He's lost the belts. It's not his night tonight, but there'll be other nights. You know, he's still young. He's still got plenty of stuff he can do. Let's see. You know, it was an interesting card. I mean, I would have stacked the card with a bit more international talent in other areas, rather made it a one-sided Australia affair. But hey, it's their country. It's what they do. It's their money. But I would have probably evened it up a little bit, you know, but it is what it is. But I will say now that I'm proud of George Kambosos. I told you I'm a fan. I've told everybody I'm a fan of his and have been for a long, long time. He gave it all. He was never quitting, but he was beaten by a better boxer. You know, styles make fights, you know, and the footwork, the movement, the jab, and the timing of Haney was superior tonight than it was of Kambosos. Do you all agree? Yeah, just let me know. Look, I'm not always right, and the reason probably why you're listening to me and engaging with me is the fact that I don't hold no punches. I tell you the truth, I tell you how it is, I don't give you no bollocks. So, you know, that's where we are. Now, what do you think's going to happen in this post-press conference? Haney, well, he's the champ, no matter what he says, he's the champ. Kambosos, you know, he just got stopped from working, didn't he? You know, he just got stopped from doing what he did. I mean, the major fight highlights, really, are the jab going into Kambosos' face. Apart from that, I don't know if there is much more of a highlight. Anyway, back to a bit now, is on screen. So, post-fight reactions. There we go. Again, so Haney, a couple of good right hands from Kambosos. You know, this is in the later rounds. But Haney was flicking in and popping that jab through the guard continually, non-stop. and goes to the jab again and again. And George did well. Don't get me wrong, but he made him miss. If you look at Haney, just look at him. Look how Haney kind of covers while he's blocking. He goes underneath those hooks of Kambosos, and then he turns his man, makes him look clumsy, and that kind of he just totally stopped Kambosos from working. So anyway, what a great fight it's been. The unanimous decision for Devin Haney. He is now the undisputed lightweight champion of the world. Takes all the belts back to Las Vegas. What we're going to do now is we're going to prepare a few fight highlights for you, which I'll record, and then I'll pop it back here onto the channel. So please pop back and see the fight highlights. I hope you've enjoyed my commentary tonight. Sorry about any technical difficulties. Such is life. We just carry on with it, right? And that's one for us all. Let's push through. Have a great Sunday. Thanks for joining me. I'm Scott Patrick Farrell, live here on Fight Vibe. I'll be seeing you next time for more boxing and combat sports action. Let's go.